A new year. Well, kind of. It's the end of January. It's the 27th of January. What am I doing up here in the rain? Well, there are always jobs to do. That's the camera. Potatoes. Pentland Javelin, my favourites. If you follow me for a couple of years, you know they're my favourites. What I've decided to do is just plant Pentland Javelins this year because they are the best. They're like, if you roast them in some olive oil or some peanut oil, they roast like chip shop chips, the best chip shop chips, and they're only small and they're, delicious. So I'm going to put them in the shed for chitting. Now I was looking at my video from April 2017 when I was planting them out, and it made me laugh because in there I said that I got a lift down to the allotment because I'd hurt my knee. Well, I didn't realise how badly I'd hurt it, so I had a scan because it was still sore a month ago, and I have fractured my knee. So I've got a little fracture like that sort of size right in the joint from going into a pothole back in January. So I just put my number back up, which means my running is out of contention, at least for a couple of months. Gardening, heavy digging is probably out of contention unless I'm doing it with my right leg. But I'll tell you what, it is good to be back. It looks like a woodland, pretty much, but I'm glad I did the work here. This is the first time I've been here this year. Let's put the spuds down. I covered the beds up and it's kept them pretty clear of weeds. There are a few tree limbs down, which is perfectly fine. I think this year it's all about efficiency. I mean, I've got a bad leg. So that means I've got to be very careful in what I do and not lazy but clever. So what I'm going to do is put the potatoes over that side for a start, because they'll leaf up and stop the weeds coming up from there. I'm not going to dig deep trenches, I'm just going to sink them down individually. I think I might just have a nasturtium bed here for the year. I'm going to leave that one fallow. And then of course we've got the raised beds, which are simplicity itself. So it's going to be an easy year. At least it's not torrential rain. So the job today is just to lay the potatoes out for chitting, have a general tidy up and see what's what, and get ready for another growing year. Can just about hear the rain outside or on the roof. As the potatoes are all laid up, you can see some of the eyes are coming through already, which is quite nice, and I've left some spaces around so the air can flow without them rotting, getting mouldy and too close to the window where the condensation comes. Be judicious, when you're putting your potatoes out. These ones are a bit spongy, you know the sort, when you buy some and you forget, take them out of the cupboard and they get a bit spongy. Well, we're going to leave this for the badgers and the foxes, they can go and eat those. I'm quite pleased. It's a really good feeling. It's getting started, getting stuff ready for growing, and I kind of missed it. Missed getting slightly mucky hands. Now there's a bit of housework to do, a bit of cleaning up, and then I don't know. I have to think about what I'm going to plant this year. I've had a bit of a change around. Where the potatoes were, we're going to have peas. It's definitely the poorest part of the garden in terms of soil, so hopefully they'll get enriched with the nitrogen that they're going to fix for me. And then I've taken the pea canes out, and this is, I think, where the potatoes might go. It's very shallow soil because if you remember, we've got trees and bushes underneath this rotting down. See, it's just like half an hour's, 3/4 of an hour's work, and all that is cleared. A sharp hoe is a handy thing to have. And then I forgot about something, but it's a good thing to forget about. I was clearing up down there, doing the hard work, and then I looked up and saw the snowdrops are out. One or two. Oops. Climb into the bed. Look at that. So that makes me happy. Part of the row is out already. Oh, look at this. We've got a bracket fungus growing on this old stump. That's quite nice. And this is supposed to be my little bulby woodland patch. So a few bulbs have come out and the daffodils are starting to come out too. So it's all happening, which is brilliant. I think you can tell by the smile on my face. I have primroses out. Primroses that transplanted from elsewhere. And the rose that I found a couple of years ago looking all sad and forlorn has got rose hips on. I guess they're rose hips, aren't they? Must be. That's recovered quite well, it's starting to scramble, so things are happening. And the knee feels okay, but we'll see later whether it swells up. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a more relaxed year, I think, for gardening. I'm not going to dig it over too much. We're going to let the soil settle, put some compost on top. They say no dig, but there's always digging involved. Well, thank you for joining me on my first day back at school, and we'll see you next time.